Hi everyone, I'm Riley and today I'm going to be going over Monopsony. Monopsony is a market structure where there is only one buyer of a good, service, or in this case labor. And in a labor market monopsony, a single employer has significant market power over wages because workers have few or no alternative employers to turn to. So the informal explanation, how I would think about it is basically think of it like a monopoly, but flipped. So a monopoly is one seller controlling the production and selling of one good in a market, so controlling that singular market. But a monopsony is one buyer controlling the market, but in terms of labor. So the buyer is the employer, and you are buying the worker's labor. Because that employer has no real competition for hiring, they can pay the workers less than what they'd earn in a competitive market, since employees don't have any other job options to threaten and leverage to get a higher wage. So a classic example of this is the hospital system in a small isolated town. There's only one hospital for 50 miles. Nurses and healthcare workers in that town don't have another employer to go work for unless they're willing to relocate, right? So that gives the hospital significant power to set wages lower than it would need to in a city with 10 competing hospitals because workers have nowhere else to go. So the way that I drew this graph here, you have the supply right here and the marginal cost of labor and then the marginal revenue per labor. So right here is the wage at which you should be getting paid, and then here you drop down to the supply line, and that's at the actual wage being paid. So the difference between here is that wage gap, that monopsony wage gap that employers are able to get away with. So yeah, thank you.